क्वेश्चंस अपने आप आंसर हो जाए. ऑलराइट, cool. So we're going to have a look at time period in springs today, but I'll just give you a quick recap of the important thing we discussed last time. These 5 steps where I said if you want to find the time period of any SHM, I said start by considering the body to be at its equilibrium. Okay. Now you don't need to exactly find the equilibrium position. Like over here. अच्छा, I think ये मैंने काफी जल्द हेस्ट में पढ़ाया था या अच्छे से पढ़ाया? This question, did I do it in haste or we took time for this? काफी अच्छे से. Okay, so I'll just give a quick recap of the points then. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. I'm just giving a recap and then we're going to continue from there. So I said just start by considering the body to be at its equilibrium. You do not need to find the equilibrium position. Like over here in this question, we did not find how what percentage of the cylinder was immersed. 30%, 70%, वो निकालने नहीं गए. We'll just consider it to be in its equilibrium position. From there, we displace the body by a small amount, x. We've यहाँ पे I've added the word small. Okay, so this is going to be a little important. So I mean, I made the small change in the notes. I added the word small because in certain scenarios, इस scenario में तो दिख नहीं रहा था, x could be anything, force would be proportional to x. But कभी-कभी कुछ scenario ऐसा होगा जहाँ पे हो सकता है force comes out to be sin x. Yeah? Of course, x, it can't technically, let's say it comes out to be sin x is length, तो x by l ऐसा कुछ आता है, मान लो force comes out to be sin x by l. तो अब ये तो SHM नहीं हुआ, but can you say कि small x के लिए this is an SHM? Small x के लिए this is approximately an SHM, है ना? Some constant into, you can, right? So that is the idea. ये ठीक है, तो आगे जाके we may get scenarios like this where that was just an example where the function you have need not represent an SHM for all values of x, but at least for small x, है ना? जब तुम limits वगैरह लगाओगे, at least for small x, it should appear to be an SHM, and it will appear to be an SHM if it's some negative constant into x. So इसलिए I have added the word small amount, जो I have added this word small, which is going to be important. Baki, I said find only the changes in all the forces acting on the body. Remember, I said कि ऊपर 5 नीचे 5, वो 5 मैटर नहीं करता है. बॉडी को अगर x से डिस्प्लेस करोगे तो फोर्स कितने से चेंज होगा वो मैटर करता है. ये जैसे एग्जांपल में ग्रेविटी चेंज नहीं हुआ, वो मैटर नहीं किया. buoyant force कितने से चेंज हुआ, only the changes are important. The changes become your net force. That is one basic principal idea for finding time period. So therefore our net force becomes minus 2x. Okay, so you'll try to see if the net force can be found in terms of x. And when you get the net force in terms of x, if it's not, don't force fit it. If it's not in terms of x, it's not an SHM. But if it appears to be in terms of x, a linear function of x, then the coefficient of x becomes your spring constant without the minus sign. And वहां से time period root m by k से निकाल सकते हैं. So that is basically step 4 and 5. It comes out to be minus kx. वहां से तुम time period निकाल सकते हो. Important stuff, and you're going to see us do this to the rest of the chapter. We'll do this for I think this was an HCV question. ये spring था, है ना? एक block था, दोनों तरफ spring था. इसका टाइम पीरियड निकालने में वो कंसेप्ट अप्लाई करेंगे. वो करने के पहले एक छोटा सा रिकैप दूंगा जल्दी. You might have already done this. You might have proved this either in laws of motion, or if not, then at least in work power energy, right? The formula for springs in series and springs in parallel. I think when I mentioned this during properties of matter, you guys seemed to know this result, right? So what we're going to now look at is a series of laws of motion में किया. Okay, very nice. ठीक है. So आज we'll see time पीरियड एंड के इक्विवेलेंट कैसे निकालना है फॉर स्प्रिंग ब्लॉक सिस्टम्स। ठीक है, तो पहले तो एक ये रीकैप है, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू रीप्रूव दिस, तुमने किया होगा। जस्ट अ रीकैप, इफ स्प्रिंग्स आर इन सीरीज, springs are in series, then you have this formula. तो spring resistor के opposite की तरफ behave करता है. I don't know if you have learned capacitors yet, but you can you'll find कि capacitors भी वैसा behave करता है. तो spring वैसा resistors के opposite behave करता है. तो series springs in series, okay, good. Springs in series will add like resistors in parallel. So you see that reciprocal addition over here. Important cheese to remember, what is the definition of series? Series does not mean straight line. Series means the tension is the same in all the springs. You should know this. हर spring में tension same है. हर spring का kx same है. They will not get stretched by the same amount. If I pull this block, ये अलग amount stretch होगा, ये अलग amount stretch होगा, ये अलग amount stretch होगा. But k into x हर spring के लिए same रहेगा. क्यों? Very simple proof. Look at the junction. Spring 1 will pull spring 2 with a force K1 x1. Spring 2 will pull spring 1 with a force K2 x2. They'll pull with their K and their extension. But by Newton's third law, these two should be equal. That's it. That's your proof. K1 x1 is K2 x2. And therefore, K2 x2 is also similarly equal to K3 x3. Sabka K into x same hai. K into x is nothing but the tension in that particular spring. तो ऐसे सीरीज का वो डेफिनेशन हो जाता है, सब में टेंशन सेम है तो वहां से ये रिजल्ट आता है. We use that in getting this result. Okay. Springs in parallel. इसका प्रूफ बहुत ही सिंपल है. Springs in parallel, you can just visualize कि अगर ये इसको x से खींचा, तीनों स्प्रिंग मिलके K1x, K2x, K3x इनका कॉम्बिनेशन से वापस खींचेगा. मतलब these three springs का equivalent spring constant is K1 plus K2 plus K3. Very, very easy to prove. For springs in parallel, extension in the springs is the same. Extension in all the springs is going to be the same. All right. And so there's a nice, it rhymes. Series के लिए same tension and parallel के लिए same extension. Okay. And time period is 2 pi root m by k equivalent. So if you find k equivalent, वहां से time period आएगा. This is going to be done now for the rest of this chapter. ठीक है, तो time period का ये formula है. This is one of the most used forms to remember this. K equivalent निकालेंगे, यहाँ पे k equivalent की जगह डालेंगे. ठीक है, so just copy this and then I'll give you one question where you will, from scratch, just try to apply those 5 steps. It'll be a simple question you might have attempted at home as well. You try to apply those 5 steps and figure out the time period. Let me know. Yeah, let me know when you're done. And I would say just, go back and make sure you know how to prove this. Yeah, you can prove at home. Make sure you know how to prove it. And if you can't, you can just go back to your notes and see the proof. And if you don't know, then maybe just I'll share it on the just share the proof on the group, or one of you can share that, but make sure you know that proof. ये वो proof में actually understanding है, इसको x से खींचा, सब अलग अलग अमाउंट से खींच गए, बट उन सारे का एक्सटेंशंस का सम x होगा, है ना, x1 plus x2 plus x3 x होगा। फिर टेंशन सब में सेम है, तो उससे दो इक्वेशन आता है, k1 x1 is k2 x2, k2 x2 is k3 x3। तो अब तीन इक्वेशन तैयार है, x1 plus x2 plus x3 is x, k1 x2 is k2, k1 x1 is k2 x2, k2 x2 is k3 x3। ये वाला ना घर पे प्रूव करना है, आई मीन मेक श्योर यू ट्राई प्रूविंग इट एट होम, okay? I'll just give you a road map. I mean, you have to try. No, I mean, that'll give away too much. If you have seen this before, try proving this at home. Try proving this at home. And if you don't know the proof or you can't find it in your notes, then I'll, maybe in the next class, I'll show it to you. Or you can ask on the doubt group, somebody may answer. Yeah. तीन equation होता है, x1 plus x2 plus x3 is x, k1 x1 is k2 x2, k2 x2 is k3 x3। वहां से x1 x2 x3 को x के टर्म्स में निकालते हैं, एंड देन ये स्प्रिंग k3 x3 का फोर्स लगाता है, x3 को x के टर्म्स में लिखते हैं। इट्स अ नाइस प्रूफ, ठीक है? व्हेन यू डू दैट यू रियली अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन, और बाकी बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट्स तुम्हें समझ में आएगा इफ यू यू नो डू दैट। सो प्लीज हैव अ लुक एट दैट। You will understand the meaning of हाँ नहीं, ये किसी को देखना था, ये जिसको देखना था हो गया क्या? ये कॉपी कर लो। Yeah, Parth, it is it really? I don't think so. Maybe you can tell me after class how you find this proof to be same as the uh, what's her name? Oh, oh yeah, nice. हाँ यार, इसका छोटा प्रूफ भी होगा, दिख रहा है। So Parth said कि this is similar to the proof for resistors, and I think I understood what you meant with that. Okay, I'll definitely show that in the next class. Yeah, towards the end of this class. हाँ, resistors के पास, मतलब I understood the idea that you meant. इसको actually, yes, इसको actually ऐसा करना है. If you want to quickly prove this, total इसको अगर total extension x है, you can see the extension you are given, you were given for laws of motion. That is the one which will make you understand more things. So I want you to do it that way, the one that you were given for laws of motion. But इसका एक short proof ऐसा रहेगा, yeah. So x is x1 plus x2 plus x3, and x can be written as tension by k. So total x, if you're replacing it one spring, you can write it as tension by k equivalent. And if you're writing it for an x1, x2, x3 will therefore be tension by k1, tension by k2, tension by k3. सबके लिए लिखो और टी काट दो, सबके लिए लिखो वही इक्वेशन, टी मतलब वही फॉर्म में x सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लो, टी काट दो, you will get that relation, because extension in any spring is tension by k. So that's actually a very nice short proof. Yeah, good. चलो, हो गया ये पेज, या ये कुछ अच्छे से समझाना है किसी को? Yash, Shivank, and Hardik and Parth, you were right. Yeah. Just look up that proof. पहले वाले का. हाँ, whatever resistors या capacitors कैसे भी इसको देखना है, the point is this is the proof. X is written in terms of tension by K equivalent. Okay, so if I'm going to replace this with one spring, total X can be written as tension by that one spring का K. ठीक है, hypothetical equivalent situation में extension will be tension by K equivalent. And यहाँ पे फिलहाल extension is x1 plus x2 plus x3, where x1 is t by k1, x2 is t by k2, and x3 is t by k3. सब substitute कर लो, t t t t कट के ये relation आएगा. ठीक है, मैं थोड़ा जल्दी में कर रहा हूँ. You can try this at home. Just look up what proof your sir has given you. That would also be an interesting one. It may be it could be a little longer, but that's going to help you with other concepts. So have a look at that, and we'll maybe, just if you're still lost, we'll revise those two proofs at some point of time. This is the question I just want you to try. You might have tried this, you may know the answer. Just maybe take 2 minutes to try this out. Find the time period. Okay? Homework question ही था. Find the time period. 2 minutes. Steps याद कर लो. You could consider the springs to be in the natural length, but that actually doesn't really matter. Shivank, you're right. Rugved, you're right. Deepak, you're right. Hardik, you're right. 1 more minute, guys. Yes, Deepak. You're right. And why is that so? Yes, Parth. Sarthak, you're right. Yash, good. Anyone just about to get it? You want a few more seconds? Let me know. Okay, so 1 more minute. Try कर लो. Yes, Shubham. 2 pi भी डाल दें, but सही है. 2 pi into that, which I think you know. Gaurav सही है. Just because the majority answering are getting it right, the others who are getting some answer, you don't hesitate. It's okay, even if you get it wrong, it's no big deal. Yeah. You won't be the only ones getting it wrong. No big deal. Yes, Amay, सही है. Okay, जिनको आ रहा है थोड़ा, you can continue doing. I'll just maybe start off for those who don't know what to do. So if you remember, I said first step, कंसिडर इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन, तो मान लो ऐसा कंसिडर किया, ठीक है, कुछ बैठ के निकालना नहीं है, don't figure out what that position is, just consider it, it's at the equilibrium position, मान लो ऐसा। उसके बाद उस इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन से ब्लॉक को डिस्प्लेस कर लो, ठीक है, छोटे से डिस्प्लेसमेंट से। तो मैंने x से ब्लॉक को राइट की तरफ शिफ्ट किया, ठीक है। नाउ इन दिस पर्टिकुलर कॉन्टेक्स्ट, स्मॉल हो बिग हो, डिस्प्लेसमेंट वोंट मेक अ डिफरेंस, ठीक है। तो मैंने राइट की तरफ शिफ्ट किया। राइट की तरफ शिफ्ट करने के बाद ये स्प्रिंग एक्सटेंड होता है, so the spring does not like being extended, so it's going to oppose that, तो वो अंदर की तरफ खींचने वाला है, अंदर की तरफ खींचेगा, लेफ्ट की तरफ ब्लॉक को खींचेगा, अपनी तरफ खींचेगा। so that is what K1 is doing, लेफ्ट की तरफ खींच रहा है। K2 has been compressed, it doesn't like being compressed, तो वो K2x के फोर्स से लेफ्ट की तरफ अपने से दूर पुश करेगा, K2x के फोर्स से अपने से दूर पुश करेगा। So push करने के attempt में this force also happens to be towards the left. So both these forces are towards the left. You will find that they are actually not opposing each other. They are both trying to prevent this block from moving. Both did not like this change. Both are trying to oppose this change. One got stretched, one got compressed. But when you see the direction of the forces, both are trying to bring the block back. So the net force now on this block because of this change is K1x plus वापस ठीक है। पहले ब्लॉक को इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन पे रखा, ठीक है, मान लो इक्विलिब्रियम में है, मतलब फोर्सेस बैलेंस्ड है, हो सकता है स्प्रिंग फोर्सेस 0 है, नेचुरल लेंथ है, ऐसा मान लो। अब इस ब्लॉक को x डिस्टेंस से राइट की तरफ पुश किया। अब देखो ना, सोचो माइनस साइन इज फॉर द डायरेक्शन, आई विल कम टू दैट। तो ब्लॉक को x डिस्टेंस से राइट की तरफ पुश किया, K1x got stretched, K1 spring got stretched, so because it got stretched, it's going to pull this block towards the left. It got stretched, it's going to pull inwards, है ना? So it's going to pull inwards with a force K1x towards the left, and because it's opposite x, when you write it vectorially, where f and x means components along the positive direction, then you'll put a minus sign because f is opposite the direction of x. Similarly, when you look at the other one, ये कंप्रेस हुआ, बट कंप्रेस होने का मतलब वो पुश करेगा बाहर की तरफ दोनों एंड्स पे, कितने फोर्स से, K2x से। लुक एट इट, इफ इट्स पुशिंग द ब्लॉक तो उसका भी फोर्स लेफ्ट की तरफ आ गया, तो ये भी फोर्स लेफ्ट की तरफ, ये भी फोर्स लेफ्ट की तरफ, मतलब दोनों कंबाइन होके K1x प्लस K2x लेफ्ट की तरफ लग रहा है। समझ में आया? और माइनस साइन तो बस इसलिए है बिकॉज कर्टेसी से वो डायरेक्शन फोर्स का उल्टा है, तो माइनस साइन आ रहा है। यू कुड have a habit of ignoring that direction, but I just like putting it, this seems more correct. तो माइनस साइन डाल दिया, ठीक है। फिर x बार ले लो तो f आ जाएगा माइनस K1 प्लस K2x, यानी कि this is now our spring constant, whatever comes in place of x, that is like your equivalent spring constant, okay। So naturally उससे t is 2 pi root m by k equivalent, t is 2 pi root m by K1 plus K2 आंसर आता है। But what we see over here is this seems to behave like, they seem to behave like springs in parallel, है ना, parallel का ये result है, springs in parallel would act this way. What is this line for? ऊपर गलती से डाला क्या, ठीक है, हाँ। So they seem to हाँ, springs in parallel की तरह है, so they seem to behave like that. So in a situation where you have a block with springs on either side, you can bring this spring over to this side and treat them as if they are in parallel, okay. Doesn't magically make the question simpler, but you can just remember ki it's that K2 is as good as though it is on this side, okay. So you can imagine K2 to be in parallel with K1, so you can make that diagram like this in your head, and you can accordingly apply the series parallel wala result. एक चीज है यहाँ पे, just while doing that, make sure the situation is exactly what we have solved for. In whatever we solved, this was a wall. There's no extra block over here. That's a wall. Okay, it's a fixed end. So naturally, whatever we have derived for makes sense when that end is fixed. It's a wall. तब तुम बोल सकते हो कि K1 K2 पैरेलल की तरह है. K1 K2 का ये आंसर है, because ये आंसर जब हमने निकाला ये फिक्स था. That was not moving. Okay, because if the wall moves, then naturally extension or compression in either spring is not going to be X. Another reason they come out to be as though they are in parallel is because parallel के लिए extension same होना चाहिए, X same होना चाहिए. इसमें दोनों के लिए X same है. अलग बात है कि एक extension है, एक compression है, but then they are on different sides as well. तो भले ही ये compression है, इसका force फिर same direction में आता है. हाँ, if the wall moves, it will be complex. Basically, बस point है कि wall है, wall fixed होना चाहिए when you make this change. Any other doubts on this page? We proceed. You didn't get why we took minus sign. हमेशा SHM के equation में minus sign आने ही वाला है. Courtesy sake. तो ध्यान से देख, force का direction के कारण आ रहा है. Force तो oppose कर रहा है x का, है ना? x का displacement को oppose कर रहा है. Block को right की तरफ shift किया, force left की तरफ आया. So we take one axis as positive, whichever you take right or you take left. Force का direction is opposite x. Therefore, there is a minus sign. अब समझ में आया? These f and x represent components along an axis. They are actually vectors. They represent components along an axis. So components either towards the right or components towards the left. That's what they represent. Okay. Wait, बोला तो बोल दो. अच्छा, एक question, quick question before I show you the answer. If I cut a spring into two equal parts, okay, if I cut a spring into two equal parts, what happens? An original spring ka spring constant K tha, original spring ka K tha. So if I cut it into two parts, what happens to the spring? What is the spring constant of each part? If I cut it into two equal parts, what is the spring constant of each part? Only Kushal's answer is right. Deepak's answer is right. Rugved's answer is right. चलो ऐसा सोचते हैं, ठीक है? क्या है? जितना ज्यादा स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट है ना, उतना कम इट लाइक्स बीइंग एक्सटेंडेड और कंप्रेस्ड, है ना? जितना ज्यादा स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट उतना कम इट लाइक्स बीइंग एक्सटेंडेड और कंप्रेस्ड. जितना ज्यादा स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट उतना ज्यादा फोर्स लगेगा फॉर द सेम कंप्रेशन. जितना ज्यादा स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट उतना ज्यादा फोर्स फॉर द सेम कंप्रेशन. सो think about this way, will a longer spring need more force for the same compression, or will a shorter spring need more force for the same compression? मान लो everything else is the same, material is the same, diameter is the same, and number of turns per unit length is the same. I think now the answers are coming out to be correct. Longer force, shorter, longer को ज्यादा force चाहिए होगा या shorter को ज्यादा force चाहिए होगा? ऐसा सोचो, is it easy to compress a 1 kilometer long spring by 1 meter, or is it easy to compress a 1 meter long spring by 1 meter? Yeah, 2 meter long spring by 1 meter. It's definitely easier to compress the 1 kilometer long spring. उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, ज्यादा relative change ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं है. तो बड़ा स्प्रिंग को आसानी से कंप्रेस कर सकते हो, छोटा स्प्रिंग को मुश्किल होता है कंप्रेस करना. दैट्स अ हिंट कि स्मॉलर स्प्रिंग का स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट ज्यादा है. शॉर्टर, व्हेन यू डिवाइड अ स्प्रिंग इनटू टू पार्ट्स, स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट बिकम्स 2k, and we can easily prove that. So I'll just call this cutting of springs. सीरीज का रिजल्ट से ही प्रूव कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। सो लेट्स से दिस इज आवर स्प्रिंग जिसको हम काटने वाले हैं n आइडेंटिकल पार्ट्स में. So before cutting, doesn't it look like n identical springs in series? The spring you're about to cut looks like n identical springs in series. वो each part जिसमें काटने वाले हो उसका spring constant को k dash ले लो. Each part that you're going to break it into, let that spring constant be k dash. Okay? And original का मान लो k equivalent है. तो देखो फॉर्मूला क्या आएगा? We know series addition के कारण 1 upon k equivalent is summation 1 by ki. मतलब is 1 upon k dash plus 1 upon k dash and so on n times for each spring. So it's going to be n upon k dash. So 1 by k equivalent is n upon k dash. यहाँ से आ जाएगा कि k equivalent reciprocal ले लो is k dash by n. But क्या है k equivalent? मतलब पूरा spring का spring constant है इस part का spring constant divided by n. और अगर वैसा वैसा कर लोगे तो k dash is n times k equivalent. मतलब एक पार्ट का स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट is n times the entire spring's spring constant. K dash is one part का, k equivalent is original bigger spring का. So therefore finally जो नीचे लिखा है that's your result. Doesn't have a clear starting point. Therefore if the spring is cut into n identical parts, the spring is cut into n identical parts, each will have spring constant nk. Okay? Probably you already knew this. Just remember that. And इसलिए लॉजिक भी बता दे. You want to, ऐसा एक इम्पल्स रहता है कि काट दिया तो स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट भी आधा हो गया. How do we find if a spring is cut into unidentical parts? Okay, that is also a good question. ये एक बार लिख लो. I'll show you a technique for that. तो यहाँ से बेसिकली प्रूव हो रहा है कि स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू लेंथ. ये यहीं पे लिख ही लेता हूँ. ये भी प्रूव हुआ यहाँ से कि स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू लेंथ. लेंथ कौन सा? नेचुरल लेंथ. ठीक है. स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू नेचुरल लेंथ. ये आइडिया तुम्हें यूज करना है if I'm going to cut it into unequal parts. So I'll give you one question. हो गया ये पेज? Just anyone saying wait? No. Yeah, लिखो लिखो. One part मतलब one part. नहीं, k dash is the spring constant of one of those identical parts. K equivalent is a spring constant of the bigger spring. वो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. वन पार्ट का स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट और दूसरा बड़े स्प्रिंग का ओरिजिनल स्प्रिंग का स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट. यहाँ से प्रूव हुआ कि K इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू लेंथ. हमें दिख रहा है ना कि लेंथ 1/n टाइम्स कर लिया, वही स्प्रिंग का लेंथ 1/n टाइम्स किया तो स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट n टाइम्स हो गया. वहां से दिख रहा है ना. इज द सेम मटेरियल, सेम डायमीटर, सेम नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स per unit length. We just took a spring of length 1/n times the main spring and we got a spring constant n times the original spring. So that shows the spring constant is inversely proportional to length. Yes, Yash. Yeah. जिन्होंने weight बोल दिया ना, you guys say when you're done. Okay. This question I'll ask will even test if you guys know how to use ratio proportion properly. Okay, so let's see. It'll basically test that. If I have a spring or spring constant 660 Newton per meter. Spring constant 660 Newton per meter hai. I want you to, this is divided into 3 parts. With lengths in the ratio with lengths in the ratio 1:2:3. Okay, find the spring constants. Please try getting this right. एक ही formula है. K is inversely proportional to length. Find the spring constants. Sorry, I just upload this change. हाँ एक मिनट, just 1 second. आंसर बता देता हूँ. फिलहाल ऋग्वेद का सही है, सानिध्य का सही है, ऋग्वेद, which ऋग्वेद, Are there two Rigveds? Yes. K41 ऋग्वेद का सही, रुद्रा का सही है. And Niranjani was the first one to answer. Niranjani का सबसे पहले सही. स्नेहिल का सही है. 330, 220, 110 जिनका आंसर आ रहा है, that's wrong for multiple reasons. एक तो आंसर छोटा आ रहा है, बड़ा आना चाहिए ना, 660 से बड़ा आना चाहिए, वो एक गलती है. और दूसरा एक बिगर रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन का एक कंसेप्ट की गलती है. The other answers, okay, I mean, is everyone done trying something out? Let's see where people have gone wrong. Okay, एक और मिनट ले लो. I'll write the answer for you to cross check. हाँ, एक और मिनट ले लो. कुशल सही है. Even 3960 नहीं, अच्छा हाँ सॉरी, शुभम सही है, शुभम सही है, गौरव सही है. The other answers not yet right. अहमद सही है, सार्थक सही है. चलो, let's not keep people in the suspense. So actually जिन्होंने पहले 330, 220 और 10 बोला ना, गौरव करेक्ट, 330, 220 और 10 बोला. That was just a very quick, without writing down, I guess that was the answer that came up. So be a little careful. I think you've just seen 1 is to 2 is to 3, and then somehow you'll split K into in terms of 3 is to 2 is to 1. And beyond that, I'm not able to get the full rationale because clearly, I mean, K is inversely proportional to length. तो सोचो क्या एग्जैक्टली किया है. छोटा किया है तो लेंथ तो either way K बड़ा ही होना चाहिए. Each part is going to be smaller than the original spring, तो बढ़ना ही चाहिए. वैसा एक टाइप का शायद गलती हुआ है. Instead of reducing, increasing K, some of you have reduced K. But the other mistake I think I see people have made is yeah, in fact, let me just check. Yeah, so this is the other mistake people have made. If I divide the spring, let's say the spring ka length is L, and if I break the spring into 3 parts, okay, so this is going to be, please wait, एक मिनट, एक सेकेंड, एक सेकेंड, एक सेकेंड, just a minute. Actually, there's a high chance. Sorry, there's a. I think अब तक मैंने जिसका भी सही बोला है ना, I don't think your answers are right. जिसका भी सही बोला है. In fact, I don't think anyone's answer is right. I don't think anyone's answer is right. Let me just tell you the answer for the first spring and see if that's what you're getting. Okay, so the answer for the first spring is going to be is going to be this. Anyone got this? Ratio proportion का खेल है. Anyone get this? 1,210. Prithvi got it. I think Amay got it. Okay. Nice. यार यहाँ पे एक्चुअली काफी इश्यूज हुआ है. क्या है ना, प्लीज I'll tell you what is the mistake everyone made, including me. मैंने जैसे mentally I was cross checking your answer. Neeti came. Sorry, I just got a call. So actually, even I made a mistake while orally doing this. I didn't have the mistake in mind while I gave the question, but orally I also made the same mistake. तो देखो इसमें गड़बड़ क्या हो रहा है. इसका length मान लो L है. Okay. Then the next thing I tell you is I say divide this into parts. अरे यार, नहीं, I think I'm still confused. Let me solve and do it. I think मन में करके गड़बड़ हो रहा है. So let's divide this into parts 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that makes the lengths. Yeah, so it gets divided in the ratio 1:2:3. So that makes each length L by 6. I'm so sorry. L by 6, L by 2, and L by 3. Okay, fine. Lengths का ये ratio है. K is inversely proportional to length. I think people may be correct. K is inversely proportional to length. So therefore, K's का ratio becomes 1/6. नहीं, inversely proportional to length है ना. तो K का ratio becomes 6:2:3. सही है. लेंथ 1:2:3 के रेशियो में है ना. लेंथ 1:2:3 के रेशियो में है. तो लेंथ गेट्स डिवाइडेड एज टोटल कितना है 6. सो यू हैव L by 6, 2L by 6, and 3L by 6. So this is 2L by 6, L by 3, and 3L by 6, L by 2. Okay. So K आ जाएगा 6:3:2. My bad. 6:3:2. ये आ जाएगा K का रेशियो. Okay, 6:3:2. Now नहीं, ये ऐसा भी नहीं करना. It's a little simpler than that. Sorry. लेंस आ गया. अब इनको आपस में कंपेयर करना छोड़ दो. आपस में कंपेयर करना छोड़ दो. ये लेंथ आई होप सबको ठीक से आ गया. Now just compare this with the original thing. I think a mistake some of us were making and I also got confused. इनको आपस में कंपेयर करना फ्रूटलेस है because इनका तो किसी का K आता ही नहीं है. K तो सिर्फ ओरिजिनल स्प्रिंग का आता है. तो compare each part with the original spring. Compare each part with the original spring. So I apologize again. जिनका आंसर मैंने पहले सही बोला था, तुम्हारा ये आंसर सही है. ये क्या हो जाएगा, इस पार्ट का लेंथ has become 1/6. So since length has become 1/6, K becomes 6 times. So first spring ka spring constant becomes 6k. Okay, 660 into 6. Okay, so that is whatever 3960. Individually देखना था. Length L by 6 है ना. Length is 1/6 of the total. That's it. Length is 1/6 of the original. Original का 660 था, तो इस part का original into 6 times है. I think I got double confused. I first agreed with this and then I got carried away. I'm sorry. यही था. A lot of you got this. You are right. K2 simple है actually. ज़्यादा confuse हो रहा है. L by 3. L by 3 मतलब इसका length is 1/3 of the original length. इसका length is 1/3 of the original length. So K2 is 3 times original K. K2 is 3 times original K. Length 1/3, the spring constant 3 times. So 3 times 660. 1980. And K3 is half of original length. So uska spring constant is 2 times original length ka original spring ka K. So that's going to be 1320. Okay. I think what some of us got lost in is the ratio of lengths. इन 3 को compare कर आपस में compare कर रहे थे, and वहां से we were trying to somehow find the original. I don't know what we were trying to do. Even when I got confused, I'm not sure what logic I used. But the point is कि यार इनको आपस में compare करने का उतना point नहीं है, because किसी का भी spring constant नहीं पता है. You would have found the ratio of the spring constants. What I was about to do is, you would have found the ratio of their spring constants had you known one of the spring constants. Since you don't know anyone's spring constant, there's no point trying to write out the ratio of the spring constants. Okay, there's no point trying to write out the ratio of the spring constants. You just had to compare it with the original. My apologies to those who got confused. ठीक है. Good job. All those who got this answer, good job. हाँ, ये 1:2:3 यहाँ पे यूज हुआ. तो ये निकालने के लिए ना, यहाँ पे ये निकालने के लिए you needed that 1:2:3. तो 1:2:3 के रेशियो में अगर कोई भी नंबर को बांटना है ना, तो 1 + 2 + 3 कर लो, तो that becomes 6. Okay, so then take L by 6 as the basic unit. 1 को दे दो 1 unit of L by 6, 2 को दे दो 2 units of L by 6, और 3 को दे दो 3 units of L by 6. And that's how you have divided the total length into these parts. Okay. Achha. It's actually a little simpler than what I made it. Clear, everyone? Okay. Actually, it's just the point I wanted to. No, never mind. Actually, मेरे को बस एक point drive करना था. I don't know how this, whether this question tested it, but क्या है कि अगर मैं इनका ratio पूछता था ना, spring constants का ratio. If I ask you the spring constants ratio and I don't ask you to actually figure out the values, I have seen a lot of people do this. Maybe that would have been a better question to find that trap. Just be aware of this. If I tell you length ka ratio 1:2:3 hai, then spring constant ka ratio should be, since it's inversely proportional to length, it should be somewhat like this. 1:2 And I've seen a lot of people write that as 3:2:1. Maybe I didn't frame the question to bring that out properly, but a lot of people think ki 1:2 is 3:2:1, which is why also some answers came out 330, 220, 110, or some of your answers were in that 3:2:1 ratio. So probably you had this in your mind, and that is one big silly mistake to avoid. That this is not 3:2:1.
It's actually 6:3:2. If you look at these numbers, it's 6:3:2. You do not, ये जो 3 नंबर है ना, वो रेशियो को सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए ऐसा नहीं करते हैं, बस ऑर्डर रिवर्स कर लिया. तुम्हें एलसीएम लेना होता है, 6 से मल्टीप्लाई करना होता है. 6 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तुम्हें दिखेगा कि इट्स नॉट 3:2:1 बट इट्स 6:3:2. ठीक है, दैट्स जस्ट वन थिंग आई वांटेड टू ब्रिंग आउट. थोड़ा अलग ही डायरेक्शन में गया क्वेश्चन, बट दैट वाज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू ब्रिंग आउट. Be careful how you simplify these ratios. All right, chalo. हाँ सार्थक, you can use that as well. अभी yeah, just quickly do this. Okay, quickly find the answer for both these questions. Spring is cut into 5 equal parts. Find the time period. And let's now time this. I'm going to, give you 2 minutes. ओरिजिनल स्प्रिंग का स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट के है. ओरिजिनल स्प्रिंग का, उसको काट के जो इधर सामने दिख रहा है ना, वो 5 पार्ट है. ओरिजिनल स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट के टर्म्स में आंसर कर लो. 2 ही अननोन है, m और k. उसके टर्म्स में आंसर चाहिए. 2 minutes for the first, 2 minutes for the second. Okay, think exam का question है. Let's do this. Yes, Rugved सही है. Good. Those who got the first one, move on to the second one. Basically, find k equivalent for these questions. Yes, Niranjani, सही है. 29/5 is wrong. अच्छा पार्थ, एक मिनट. पहला सही है, दूसरा भी सही है. अहमद सही है. Nearly 2 minutes up. Niranjani, I got that. That's fine. If you find k equivalent, चलेगा. वहाँ से of course time period आ जाएगा. 17.5 k is wrong. सानध्य सही है, ऋग्वेद सही है. Uh, 4 k equivalent plus 1 upon not sure. That's maybe not sure. वो 4 k equivalent क्या है? नॉट श्योर. कुशल सही है तेरा. Okay, last minute we'll discuss these then, because I have one more thing to mention. Ahmed sahi hai. I'll at least maybe discuss the first one, so some can work on the second one. देखो first क्या है? Maybe just a silly mistake some people may have made. I said कि जो दो spring उस तरफ है, look at 4 and 5. जो उस तरफ है, they are actually in parallel with the rest. So mentally you can picture 4 and 5. You can picture the diagram like this, where 4 and 5, instead of being on the other side, is actually on the same side as the other three springs. So they are actually in parallel. 4 and 5 आपस में series में है. 1 and 2 आपस में series में है. तो पहले क्या करेंगे? पहले series addition से इसको simplify करेंगे. ठीक है? तो we know कि each spring is 5k, because the original spring was k and that was cut into 5 parts. So each of these 5 springs has a spring constant of 5k. तो ये 5k, इनका series addition कर लो carefully. क्या आता है series addition? 1 by k equivalent is, okay, 1 by 5k plus 1 by 5k. So when you do the series equivalent addition, you get 2 by 5k. You get 2 by 5k. So k equivalent becomes 5k by 2. K equivalent becomes 5k by 2. Actually, series addition में springs become weaker. Spring constant becomes lesser. तो 5k and 5k से दो spring लिया तो उनका combination से 5k by 2 हो गया. Okay? 5k by 2 हो गया. फिर नीचे वाले का भी वैसा ही 5k by 2 हो गया. और तीसरे वाले का 5k ही है. तो यहाँ पे हमने इनका सीरीज एडिशन किया. एक मिनट. ओके, सो 1 and 2 का सीरीज एडिशन किया, 4 and 5 का सीरीज एडिशन पहले करके रखा. एक बार सीरीज एडिशन कर लिया, ठीक है, देन these three appear to be in parallel. तो अब parallel एडिशन कर लो, just add them up. 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 5 is going to be 10. So वहां से k equivalent 10 के आ रहा है पहले सिचुएशन के लिए. टाइम पीरियड 2 pi root m by 10 आ रहा है. Okay, those who want to copy this, copy. वापस बता दूं यार, पहले ये समझ लो कि ये समझ में आया कि वहां पे जो दो स्प्रिंग है उनको इधर लेके आ सकते हैं. वी प्रूव दैट, है ना? वी प्रूव दैट वहां पे जो दो स्प्रिंग था उनको इस तरफ लेके आ सकते थे. ओके, यू रोट द क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग. अच्छा, एनीवन एल्स हैज एनी डाउट इन व्हाट आई डिड? ओके, these two are in series first, then the entire combination is in parallel with the rest. So you will want to first perform a series addition for these 4 and 5 collectively. Then you want to perform a series addition on 1 and 2 collectively. वो करने के बाद then those three branches appear to be in parallel with each other. Okay, second question, if you have a look at that, I'll give one more minute for this question. Chalo, one more minute. Second question, it's actually easy. पहला सही है साने का, दूसरा थोड़ा गलत है. Just see if there's a silly mistake. सानिध्य सही है. Think what the police is doing. Think if the police actually making any difference. Is it really complicating things? What is it, complicating things, or is it, looks like it's just changing the direction now? If instead of instead, what could have been a straight line question, a pulley has appeared and it has just made it like a U-shaped question instead of a straight line question. Hasn't it? उतना ही तो काम है पुली का. ये लाइन सीधा जाने के जगह पुली के कारण बेंड होके दूसरी तरफ जा रहा है. But is it really affecting how these springs get extended? Not really. In fact, पुली के तो दोनों एंड टेंशन सेम होता है आइडियल पुली के लिए, एंड दोनों एंड टेंशन मतलब हर इन 1 2 3 के लिए टेंशन इज द सेम. So 1 2 3 are actually in series. By the proper definition, they are in series. ये पुली एक स्ट्रेट लाइन को बस ऐसा उसने टर्न करा दिया. It's just like the springs are now going around the pulley instead of being arranged in a straight line. So that pulley actually has not really complicated things. ठीक है, तो ये देख लो अभी पुली का क्या है. पुली का जो भी डायग्राम है, try to visualize that. You have a block. At the end of the day, you have along this string, there is a fixed distance between the block. नहीं, fixed नहीं. There is some distance between the block and this wall. और उस distance के बीच में 1 2 3 springs lie. When the block moves, that distance increases or decreases. ऐसा scenario के बराबर है. This situation is just like this. Only thing is यहाँ पे हमने पुली घुसा दिया और पुली ऐसा ऊपर जाके इस लाइन को उसने बस बेंड करा दिया और कुछ नहीं किया. It has not affected the functioning of the spring. It has not changed the angle at which spring force acts on the block. It has not affected anything. स्प्रिंग फोर्स, अब ब्लॉक नीचे गया, यहाँ पे भी स्प्रिंग ब्लॉक को ऊपर खींचेगा, यहाँ पे भी स्प्रिंग ब्लॉक को अपनी तरफ खींचेगा. It's not really changed anything. Alright, so this situation is the same as this, and if they are the same, then you can go ahead and solve the question. Anyone has a doubt कि these situations are the same, please ask me. So far these three are in series, 3 springs in series, है ना. लेंथ ट्रिपल हो गया, स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट 1/3 हो जाएगा, ये 5k/3 होगा. केयरफुली सीरीज एडिशन करके देख लो. 1/5k + 1/5k + 1/5k आ जाएगा 3/5k. उसका उल्टा होगा 5k/3. यहाँ पे ये दो पैरेलल में है तो उनका एडिशन हो जाएगा 10k. ओके, इनका एडिशन हो जाएगा 10k. and though you don't have to worry, again this is a very nice, don't worry about equilibrium. Forget what is the first step. Think it is in equilibrium. Equilibrium में already assume कर लो. उसके आगे जब इसको और x से shift करोगे, spring constant, springs और kx का force लगाएंगे. When you shift it from that position by an amount x, if a spring gets shortened, it will push by an additional force kx. If a spring gets stretched, it will pull by an additional force kx. Whatever be the scenario. So you don't have to worry about equilibrium. In fact, ऐसा एक secret time period के questions में you can forget gravity exists. So almost like that, you can forget gravity exists, you will get the same answer. Okay, तो यहाँ पे 5k/3, यहाँ पे 10k, और इसको दूसरी तरफ ले लो, पैरेलल एडिशन कर लो, एंड आंसर आ जाएगा यहाँ से 35k/3. So time period is 2π√3m/35k. Okay, now I hope there's no doubt there. Now one of you is asking, sir, can I take, listen to this question, sir, can I take 4 5 3 to be in parallel and then series with 1 and 2? Is that correct? Does that make sense? 4 5 3, can they be taken to be in parallel? ऐसा लग रहा है ना, दोनों एक तरफ 4 5 है, दूसरी तरफ 3 है, उसको पैरेलल में ले सकते हैं क्या? Is that right? Is that wrong? It's wrong. Why is it wrong? Hmm. 1 2 3 and 4 5 are in parallel, वो तो है, we have done that. But are 4 5 3 together in parallel? Are 4 5 3 आपस में in parallel? The answer is they are not in parallel, because Remember what I said, when you talk about 3 is not connected to a wall, don't extend that situation which we proved, don't extend that to other cases. 3 is not connected to a wall. This end of 3 is free to move. It's not going to stay fixed. Had that end stayed fixed, if I move this by x, these get compressed by x, and that would also be stretched by x. But यहाँ पे वो सीन नहीं है. अगर ब्लॉक को x से नीचे पुश किया, ये x से compress होगा. हाँ, I know you guys are saying the correct thing. So block नीचे x से ब्लॉक को नीचे x से पुश किया तो 4 and 5 x से कंप्रेस होगा. 1 2 3 में कुल मिलके एक्सटेंशन x का आएगा. 3 में एक्सटेंशन x का नहीं आएगा. अगर 3 में एक्सटेंशन x का आता था फिर पैरेलल बोल सकते थे. 1 2 3 मिलके एक्सटेंशन x आ रहा है. That's why 1 2 3 is in parallel with 4 and 5, not 3 itself. Got it? 1 2 3 कुल मिलके gets an extension of x. So when extension is the same and compression, if x is the same, that's when you can basically take them to be in parallel. Okay, it's a nice question. Get these doubts cleared, and some of you have answered also correctly to the question I asked. That's good that you knew the answer to that. और क्या बोलना था? हाँ, one of you saying why we ignore gravity. यार सिंपल सा फंडा है. स्प्रिंग को ना, स्प्रिंग का फोर्स सोचो क्या है. स्प्रिंग का जो भी सिनारियो है, उस सिनारियो में अगर तुम स्प्रिंग को और स्ट्रेच करो या और कंप्रेस करो, its force will change by kx. No matter how stretched it is, if you change its length by x, its force changes by kx. In the opposite sense, you push it inwards, force in the outward direction will change by kx. It will increase by kx. Yeah, inward direction will decrease by kx. And that's the nature of the spring force equation. Straight line equation है. Spring force का formula है F is minus kx. So wherever you are, if you change x by some amount, force changes by minus k times. ठीक है? हाँ, HCV doubts के एक last यार ये shit. HCV doubts. ये एक last चीज मुझे just बढ़ा देता हूँ, and then we'll do the HCV doubts. ये last चीज, springs and pulleys. Okay, so just I'll quickly derive this so I can do some homework on this. Springs and pulleys, जब ऐसा एक system रहेगा where you have a system of, let's say, as a movable pulley. Now this technically would have been a very nice question. Okay, there are longer methods of solving this. How to find the time period and all, there are long ways of solving this, which are actually quite fun and quite conceptual, but they take a lot of time. You have to solve 3-4 equations, 3-4 unknowns. But there's a very nice shortcut, and the shortcut ka derivation is also quite interesting. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? The belief is कि all of this can be replaced with one spring, and if all of this can be replaced with one spring, then finding time period would be easy. So how do we directly find that spring constant, equivalent spring constant? So this is the proof, okay, for that formula. First thing is, अगर मुझे ये सब चीज को एक स्प्रिंग से रिप्लेस करना है, अगर मुझे बोलना है कि ये इसके बराबर है, दूसरा डायग्राम पहले डायग्राम के बराबर है, तो दो चीज ट्रू होना चाहिए. पहला चीज, when I move the block by x, it should experience the same force. Only then I can say the systems are the same. When I move the block by x, both systems should apply the same force. Force applied on the block should be the same. ये also word नहीं होना चाहिए. Force applied by the block, force applied on the block in both systems should be the same. Okay, that should be the thing. And the other thing that should be true is energy stored in both the springs. Sorry, I'll wait for the undo button. Energy stored in both the springs should be the same. Energy stored in both the springs should be the same. Okay, so let's see what do we get. If force is the same, then this is what I want you to do. यहाँ पे मान लो टेंशन T है, ओके, ब्लॉक M में मान लो टेंशन T है, यहाँ पे मान लो टेंशन T है, and then we're going to label tension T in the other springs and other strings. But यहाँ पे tension T मानना जरूरी क्यों है? Why not take this as T and start in that manner? Because ultimately spring force एक contact force होता है. Only the spring in contact with the block will apply a force on it. Block is only going to experience a force due to this guy, not due to the other guys. It's only going to experience a force due to the neighboring spring. Okay, I'll tell you what T in blue is. Filal, this block is only going to experience a force due to the neighboring spring. So if I say कि दोनों situation same है, and if I say कि यहाँ पे मैं block पे tension T assume कर रहा हूँ when it's displaced by X, वहां पे भी मुझे इस spring में tension T assume करना है ताकि block पे force दोनों scenario में same है. So that is point 1. Point 1 बोलता है assume tension T in the spring attached to the block. This is also the tension T in the equivalent spring. ये T दोनों डायग्राम में लेबल करने को बोल रहा हूं. सिंपल स्टेप. ठीक है. दूसरा स्टेप है find the tension in the other springs. तो वहां पे तुम वो है ना laws of motion में जो पढ़ा है कि when I go to the other side tension does not change, तो यहाँ पे इस साइड में tension T रहेगा. फिर और क्या पढ़ा है लॉज ऑफ मोशन में, यहाँ पे ऊपर आइडियल पुली ऊपर टेंशन 2T रहेगा और दूसरी तरफ भी टेंशन 2T रहेगा. तो वहां से पता चल जाता है कि इस स्प्रिंग में टेंशन 2T रहेगा T रहने की जगह, है ना. सो लेबल द टेंशन इन द अदर स्प्रिंग. सो यू स्टार्ट विद दिस टेंशन, यू कैन गेट द टेंशन इन ऑल द स्प्रिंग्स. क्या याद करना है, बट इसमें यहाँ इसको T मत बोलो, इस यहाँ से स्टार्ट मत करो, इसको T मत बोलो. तुमने अगर इसको T बोला है ना, तो ब्लॉक पे फोर्स T लगना चाहिए, तभी दोनों सिस्टम बराबर है. तो स्टार्ट विद द स्प्रिंग इन कांटेक्ट विद द ब्लॉक एंड वहां पे टेंशन T लेबल करो एंड देन लेबल टेंशन इन द अदर स्ट्रिंग्स व्हिच यू कैन इजीली डू. स्ट्रिंग स्प्रिंग टेंशन सेम ही होगा. यू कैन लेबल टेंशन इन द अदर स्प्रिंग्स व्हिच यू एनीवेज नो हाउ टू डू, है ना, यू लर्न दैट इन स्कूल. अब इसमें पॉइंट 3 आई सेड कि एनर्जी शुड बी द सेम इन ऑल द स्प्रिंग्स. What is the potential energy of a spring? The formula you guys know is half kx square. But there's one more form of that formula which is sometimes quite important. Half kx square को एक और तरीके से लिख सकते हैं. ऊपर नीचे k डाल दो तो it becomes half kx whole square upon k. And kx is tension. So this formula also becomes tension square by 2k. टेंशन स्क्वायर बाय 2k, है ना. ये फॉर्मूला भी काफी यूजफुल है अगर तुम्हें टेंशन पता है. अब इस सिनारियो में ये फॉर्मूला तो बहुत यूजफुल होगा. क्यों? व्हेन आई ट्राई टू से दोनों में पोटेंशियल एनर्जी सेम होगा, if I work with half kx square, life is going to be very difficult. Because if you can imagine, when I pull this block by x, these springs get stretched by different amounts. Okay, in fact they also don't, उनका जितने से ये दोनों स्प्रिंग स्ट्रेच होंगे उनका भी सम x नहीं है क्योंकि पुली खुद मूव होके नीचे आएगा. तो एक कंस्ट्रेंट प्रॉब्लम की तरह हो जाता है. x becomes a little complicated. जो 3 इक्वेशन सॉल्व करने के बाद ही x का वैल्यू आ सकता है ना. x मतलब एक्सटेंशन इन ईच स्प्रिंग. सो यूजिंग हाफ kx स्क्वायर इज नॉट इजी, बट यूजिंग टेंशन इज वाइजर बिकॉज टेंशन तो दिख ही रहा है. जैसे ही मैंने इसको T लेबल किया, हर स्प्रिंग में टेंशन पता है, हर स्प्रिंग का K पता है, तो व्हाई नॉट यूज दैट. लेट्स यूज T स्क्वायर बाय 2k. सो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इन दिस गाय, हाँ ब्लू ऑरेंज का कुछ है नहीं, बस मैंने ऑरेंज जो मैंने पहला मार्किंग किया यहाँ पे T अज्यूम किया, तो यहाँ पे T अज्यूम किया, दैट वाज फर्स्ट स्टेप. वो मैंने ऑरेंज में लेबल किया और फिर यहाँ पे टेंशन लेबल करने के बाद आई वेंट ऑन टू लेबल टेंशन इन ऑल द अदर स्प्रिंग्स. वो मैंने ब्लू में मार्क किया. दे आर द सेम. ये दूसरे साइड T है एंड है ना, बाकी 2T है. 0.3 वापस बता रहा हूँ, 0.3 मतलब एनर्जी इन बोथ द स्प्रिंग्स इन बोथ द सिस्टम शुड बी द सेम इफ द सिस्टम्स आर इक्विवेलेंट। अगर तुम x से खींचोगे ब्लॉक को तो दोनों सिस्टम का पोटेंशियल एनर्जी सेम होना चाहिए। पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला है T²/2k। वो ज्यादा फायदेमंद होगा यहाँ पे, बिकॉज यहाँ पे टेंशन और k आराम से दिखता है। सो जस्ट सी व्हाट रिजल्ट यू गेट। ओके, यहाँ पे टेंशन²/2k इसका पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। Okay, let's assume tension is T. Let's assume tension is T when the block is stretched by X. Potential energy कितना हुआ? Tension square by 2k equivalent. ये हो गया इसका potential energy. Potential energy T²/2k कैसा आया? Hope you can see that. Half kx square, half kx whole square upon k, and kx को मैंने tension लिख लिया, है ना? तो T²/2k is another form of your potential energy. ओके, अब ये आ गया इसका पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। दूसरे साइड में पोटेंशियल एनर्जी लिखने के लिए देयर आर 3 स्प्रिंग्स, तीनों स्प्रिंग का पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ऐड कर लो। कैसे ऐड करोगे? पहला स्प्रिंग में टेंशन T और पहले स्प्रिंग का स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट K, तो T²/2k। दूसरे साइड जो स्प्रिंग है उसमें टेंशन T, वहां स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट K, तो उसका एनर्जी T²/2k। ये वाला जो स्प्रिंग है यहाँ पे टेंशन 2T, स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट K, तो वहां हो जाएगा 2T होल स्क्वायर बाई 2k, 2T होल स्क्वायर बाई 2k। तो यहाँ पे this is our equation, potential energy of the left system is potential energy of the right system, and T can now be cancelled out from both sides, and so can this 2 be cancelled out। क्या रह जाता है? 1/k plus 1/k plus 4/k, 6/k is 1/k equivalent. Time period is 2π√6n/k. All right, the other 2T didn't appear because there's no spring over there. There's no spring to store energy. It's just a string doesn't get stretched. String का k infinite होता है, it doesn't get stretched, stiff होता है। k infinite है तो ऐसा सोचो उसका टर्म ही नहीं है, टर्म ही 0 है ना। एनर्जी तो अब स्प्रिंग में ही स्टोर होगा, एनर्जी स्प्रिंग में ही स्टोर होगा। सो जिधर स्प्रिंग्स है वहां पे Tension²/2k ऐड करना है एंड दोनों का इक्वेट करना है। Did you guys get this? Any कुछ भी डाउट है प्लीज पूछो। This is the last page. Any doubts in this? No? Okay, sorry, I thought I'd finish a little earlier because I think वो ratio question में I wasted time. Yeah, this is the last for today. Did you get this? If you got this, you will attempt. Please attempt page 36 for homework. I'll be uploading page 36. You have 2 questions. Think through them and attempt them carefully. Okay. I can take up some of your doubts if you guys have doubts to ask. One of you saying, but if block is stretched by X, then how did the extension in the first spring come out to be X? So we didn't say the X. So in fact, हाँ, तो एक मिनट, जिनको डाउट है प्लीज मत जाओ, जिनको ये समझ में आ गया जा सकते हो। यार इसको जब x से स्ट्रेच किया, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि दिस इसमें एक्सटेंशन इज x। वेलकम। आई एम नॉट सेइंग इसमें एक्सटेंशन इज x, आई एम सेइंग एक्सटेंशन इज वियर्ड। इसका जो भी ये पता नहीं कितने से स्ट्रेच होगा, वो जितने से स्ट्रेच होगा k टाइम्स दैट इज द फोर्स। अब व्हाटएवर इज दैट फोर्स, वी आर कॉलिंग दैट फोर्स T। Welcome guys, I'm calling that force T because if the two systems are the same, the force they apply is the same. ठीक है, समझ में आया? ये डेफिनेटली x से स्ट्रेच नहीं हो रहा है, ये कंस्ट्रेंड इक्वेशन हो जाएगा। ये कुछ अमाउंट से स्ट्रेच होगा, ये कुछ अमाउंट से स्ट्रेच होगा, और पुली अकॉर्डिंगली हिल के ये एक अलग अमाउंट से स्ट्रेच होगा। So that's a little complicated. You have to solve 3 equations to figure out those extensions. So we are avoiding x. We are assuming tension over here. and tension over here. And then we are saying कि अच्छा potential energy इसका और उसका potential energy बराबर होना चाहिए. और वहां से जब potential energy equate करने जाते हैं, we get this equation. And like one of you is asking, what's the conclusion? So with this equation, once you cancel out tension, and once we cancel out 2, once we cancel out tension, once we cancel out 2, we get 1 upon k equivalent. So basically we got k equivalent for the system. ये गंदा सा system का spring constant equivalent है 6 upon k. That entire system can be replaced with this. जिसका time period is this. That is the conclusion. Okay, so these 3 steps will help you, and these 3 are very school level steps है. ये भी मतलब simple ही है. So these 3 steps will help you find the equivalent spring constant and therefore help you find the time period. Understood? That was the main conclusion. Just go back, revise this again, and we'll I'll of course discuss this in the next class, but apply that in this question. तब थोड़ा और समझ में आएगा. और बाकी दूसरा क्या डाउट था? Why did I take x in the PE equation for the first spring? I did not. यहाँ पे I've not take अच्छा I've not taken, yes Rudra, यहाँ पे I've not taken x. I just said कि I am displacing both systems by x. When I displace both systems by x, they should react with the same force. वो assert कर रहा हूँ for them to be the same system. कहीं पे भी solving के वक्त मैंने x लिया नहीं है. नीचे देखो solution में किधर भी x लिया नहीं है. वो बस बोलते वक्त बोला कि when are 2 systems the same, if you when you stretch those 2 systems by the same amount, they react the same way. Force is the same, energy is the same. That's when 2 systems can be considered equivalent. ठीक है. और यहाँ पे क्या आया, P by K इक्वेशन वापस समझा देता हूँ. पहले तो ये मानते हो ये हो जाता है पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला T square by 2K. Yeah, this is an alternate form of your potential energy, less known but also equally correct. ये फॉर्मूला का एडवांटेज है कि इसमें x नहीं आता है. अब जैसे इस क्वेश्चन में we don't know the extension in individual springs, but we know the tension for each spring in terms of T. And यहाँ पे also I know the tension in the spring, and both are the same T because our claim is the systems are equivalent. So both should react with the same force. So यहाँ पे T, वहाँ पे T, and ये T पहले सिस्टम के T के टर्म्स में हर स्प्रिंग का टेंशन आ गया. जो सेम स्ट्रिंग का पार्ट था that their tension came out to be T, and जो है ना बगल वाले स्ट्रिंग का पार्ट था वहाँ पे टेंशन 2T आ गया. So we have the tension in all the springs. That means we are in a place to write the potential energy in each spring. So when I move this block down by x, tension gets set up, and accordingly these 3 springs store potential energy. How much energy do they store? This guy will store T square by 2K. This guy will store T square by 2K. This guy will store 2T का whole square by 2K. है ना, वहां का टेंशन का स्क्वायर अपॉन 2 वहां का K, है ना. तो यहां से लेफ्ट हैंड साइड मैंने लिखा वो पुली स्प्रिंग सिस्टम का पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. हाँ, जहां पे स्प्रिंग नहीं है डजंट मैटर. A string does not store potential energy. Imagine a string has infinite K, never gets stretched. So string का K infinite होने के कारण वो इस इक्वेशन में अपीयर होगा ही नहीं. Never stores potential energy. Ideal string. ठीक है. And ये लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का हो गया. ये राइट हैंड साइड का T square by 2K. Claim is both should have the same potential energy. तो वहां से you cancel T and 2 and you get a formula for K. All right. 12 and 14, yeah. 12, 14. Yeah, I'll take in the next class as well. This guy was waiting, I think, for some time, so just addresses doubt. You can ask in the next class as well if you are in a hurry to leave. It's 12 and 14. I think thoda hi kuch doubt. The body of 12. Were you the one who? Wait, I'll allow you to unmute so we can go through this quickly. यार ये नए settings काफी अजीब है Zoom के. Where is the unmute option? हाँ. Yes, you can unmute now. Prithvi.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, पहला वाला है if a body is suspended through a vertical spring, execute simple harmonic motion of period 4 seconds. Body of mass 2 kg. So time period is 2 pi root 2 by k से k आ जाएगा.
Yes, sir. Sir, K and all I found, so that was very easy directly from the notes, sir. But my doubt was, so in the solutions that you sent, sir, the person directly applied U is equal to half kx square. Sir, shouldn't it be m minus mgx plus half kx square? Because after t is equal to 4 seconds, when one oscillation is done, it suddenly stops it. So there's one mgx downwards and then half kx square stored in the spring, right?
Yeah, but he meant potential energy stored in the spring. तो उसमें सिर्फ half k x पर आएगा.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sir, I didn't read the question properly, sir.
हाँ ठीक है. 14.
Yes, sir.
14 doubt है. A small block of mass m is kept on a bigger block of mass m which is attached to the vertical spring or spring constant k. System oscillates vertically. ठीक है. Find the resultant force on the smaller block when it is displaced in a distance x above its equilibrium. इसमें कौन सा सभी पार्ट में डाउट है?
Yes, sir. Sir, how to approach this question, sir? I did not even know where to start from.
नहीं, so see, if you look at the question, it's implied that the blocks are moving together. है ना?
Yes,
Only.
sir. So m plus m.
So consider them as one system. Imagine that they're moving together. So
Yes,
if
sir.
this is x distance above the mean position, equilibrium position, if it's x distance above the equilibrium position, then acceleration निकाल सकते हैं. Q ओमेगा होता है रूट k by m plus m. तो acceleration हो जाएगा minus omega square x minus kx by m plus m. Simple. Acceleration.
Yes.
हाँ, तो acceleration आ गया तो you can find the normal force between them. नहीं, resultant force on the smaller block मतलब ma. पहले का आंसर is ma. Resultant force mass into acceleration.
Okay, sir.
Got it? Smaller
Yes,
block.
sir.
हाँ, तो पार्ट ए का आंसर होगा. वही से पार्ट बी का भी आंसर आएगा. बी पे कुछ नॉर्मल लगेगा और mg लगेगा जिसके which is equal to ma.
So n minus mg is equal to ma, right?
a का डायरेक्शन नीचे की तरफ है. हाँ मतलब तू जो बोल रहा है सही है. If I take a with a negative sign.
Okay, sir.
हाँ, नहीं तो magnitude wise mg minus n is ma.
And sir, when is the smallest force in sir? So n is equal to 0, right?
What can be max amplitude with which two blocks may oscillate together? So first you need to figure out where when is there the greatest risk of them separating? During what stage of its SHM is there the greatest risk of them separating? So what will your answer be?
Sir, maximum extension.
Maximum at the top there's the greatest, max extension there's the greatest risk, because तब सबसे ज़्यादा downward acceleration आएगा.
Yes, sir.
So then, having realized that and having found normal in terms of x for that position, which you already did in part B, topmost के लिए निकाला है, तो वहाँ पे normal को 0 equate करना है.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, and also I have some doubts in POM, sir, but they're like a lot. So do you mind if I ask you some other day, because now I think I'm
हाँ,
equally tired.
ठीक है. Where is it from? POM?
Sir, HCV only.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. ठीक है.
Okay, thank you.
You tried the solutions over the videos?
Yes, sir. The ones you sent, yes.
बस, ठीक है. Fine. Bye.